Welcome to the Delmarva Almanac. Each week we connect you to the best of Delmarva. Like other almanacs, our aim is to tell you a little bit about our past, our present, and events in the near future. I'm your host, Dana Kester McCabe. DeMarcus Shelborne, known to his friends as Danny, is a tattoo artist, painter, and muralist who's very busy bringing art to Milford, Delaware.
I've always had a passion for art, since I was a kid. Once I got the pencil in my hand, it was hard to get me to concentrate on anything else. I got into comic books at a young age, so that really fueled it a lot more. So you'll see it in my style even today. A lot of the things I do, you can still see reminiscence of the comic book styles in it, and the type of line work and detail.
After high school, Danny received a scholarship to the Art Institute of Philadelphia, where he studied comic book illustration. The program emphasized animation, which Danny decided was not the direction he wanted to go in. So he brought his talents back to Milford.
As an adult, I started thinking more about, all right, how am I going to not be the struggling artist story, you know what I mean? So that's how I continue to do all different types of art when I got time to, but tattooing is basically what became profitable for me and what, in a sense, has taken over my life, because the demand for it keeps me working all day, every day. So it's like I have to try to put time aside so I can still do some painting or charcoal work, drawings and whatnot.
Tattooing as a form of art has come into its own in our country with wide acceptance and the advancement in the tools available. It is an intimate collaboration between the artist and their human canvas.
Artists have pushed the limits and showed it's so much possible. So many different art styles and names to the styles in tattooing now. So it's a huge culture, still growing, and that's what draws me to all the different art avenues I could go. Tattooing, one of the reasons I fell in love with it is because your canvas is alive, it's moving, it's going all over the place. You have some people who just come in on the spur, they pick something out, they just want to get tattooed, but when someone comes in and something important needs to be expressed, or possibly they maybe have lost someone and they want to do memorial to something, a tribute that's respectful and artistic, I feel honored that they come to me and let me craft this for them and put it on their body. It's awesome.
Danny also paints murals on commission. He, along with two other artists, Lori Connor and Gil Rodriguez Gutierrez, are collaborating on a mural on the side of Arenas Bar and Deli on Front Street on the River Plaza in Milford. There will be a Latin dancer and a pair of ballet dancers. Danny's section will have a dancer of African descent. This multicultural project will help reflect the reality of Milford's richly diverse cultural heritage and the new younger leadership in town.
Obviously, times are just changing, and Milford's trying to catch up a little bit, and I think they want to just put that image out there that we are accepting of everybody, and we want everybody to intertwine, mingle, and feel like this is home. This is music, this is art, this is life. Milford is one of that type of town, and it's a beautiful town as well. Me, I'm a slow worker. I put a lot of detail into things, but I also have help this time around now too, because each artist we have appointed underneath of us students from the high school, a couple of the high schools, who will be working with us, so we'll be able to delegate certain parts for them to do. So I imagine I'll be able to get done a lot faster. But with us dedicating only a few hours a week, I'm sure it'll take a while. We're talking about a huge piece.
March 2016 is the target date for completion of the mural. Danny has great drawing skills. Often his subject matter is portraits of friends, family, or those of his commissions. He also does dramatic compositions about violence, loss, and faith. They are sometimes used in his tattoos, but they definitely stand on their own as beautifully rendered fine art that comes from a very deep place. One work in progress was inspired by a vision that appeared to Danny while he was talking to his mother about his plans and ambitions.
When I do my own art, the pieces that mean the most to me are obviously, the ones that were inspired by something that I went through, how I grew, or something that I've seen. I got a piece right now that I'm working on. I don't want the whole world to think I'm crazy, but I seen something one night in the sky, and it was like confirmation to me. It was either an alien or an angel, you know. But whatever it is, I'm going to paint it so the world can see what I saw that night. A lot of my art, you know, at times, even now, currently, you know, I do things that are thinking business-wise. What are people going to want? You know what I mean? And you have to do that to an extent, but life is all about balance, so you definitely have to find time for yourself and what, you know, doing the type of art that not everybody may not even understand or appreciate, but maybe they will later, you know. But you got to stay true to yourself, for sure.
Danny is also a visionary when it comes to growing the arts scene here. He is in the midst of creating a gallery space at his tattoo parlor where regular shows will take place.
I know a good amount of amazing artists here, like in the tri-state area, and, you know, I want to reach out and actually become acquainted with some more of them, guys who I've seen their work and things like that. But what I plan on doing is doing some art shows, either bi-monthly or every 3 months, but I want to aim for bi-monthly. And basically what we'll do is create more so a platform for the urban artists. You know, there's around the corner, there's a lot of art galleries around the corner from us, and they're more so the old school, you know, the lighthouses, the traditional, the scenic paintings and things like that. But there's artists who don't really have a platform or a place for their art, you know what I mean? And they're doing the more modern, the more contemporary types of art. Basically, I want to create that culture more so out here, so more people recognize and look for art and want art in their own lives, you know. And see tattooing even as not just I'm trying to go get a tat, but you're trying to get art. You're following the artist.
Get a link to Danny Shelborne's Facebook page on our website, delmarvaalmanac.com/arts, and stop by his business, Body Canvas Tattoo Shop and Art Gallery on Causey Avenue in Milford. Well, that's all for this edition of the Delmarva Almanac. We'd like to thank our community partners, the Friends of Delmarva Public Radio, the Community Foundation of the Eastern Shore, and underwriters, eatdrinkbuyart.com, for their help in bringing this program to you, our audience. Our theme music was provided by Brightside Studio. This show has been a Moonshell production. Thanks for listening. Until we meet again, may the rhythms and tides of Delmarva bring you good fortune.